involves maps. So this is kind of going to take you through the basic map skills that you'll kind of need, as we kind of go through this. And that way, when we get to the kind of map skills that are specific for the kind of national free, you'll have a wee bit of a knowledge on what you need to be doing. Alright, so as you watch this video, what I want you to do is make your way through your booklet. Alright, and there'll be kind of different questions that will match up with the booklet. So the first kind of question in your booklet is, what is a map? And from here, what I'd like you to do is just stick your own definition of a map in. If you need to pause the video, then do that. You can watch this over as many times as you like, so you don't need to kind of try and rush through anything. So you can pause it, you can re-watch it as many times as you like and listen to my wonderful voice. Alright, so the definition of a map. The top one is what we're going to focus on. It's what definitely that's what we're going to focus on. There is the slang, but we're not talking about slang maps here, we're talking about OS maps and geography. So here's a map, and it's quite an interesting map. I quite like it because of the kind of neon orangey colour, but there's so many different types of map. We're going to run through a few. So have a guess what you think this is a map of, and then I'll tell you this is a map of the major routes used in London, and the brighter the route, so see this bit right in the centre here, the more used it is. What about this one then? This is a cool one, particularly at this time of year. And this is the flight paths over the UK. So each of these lines is a flight path, and again, the lighter it is, the more used. So this will be London here, where loads of airports are. Alright, it's quite an easy one. In the bottom, gives us annual average temperature, with red being really hot and kind of grey to white being really, really, really cold. Alright. A weather map tells us the weather. Again, the UK is here, right in the middle. And then if you want, I'll move that out of the way so you can scan it properly. You can scan these QR codes for a bit of a quiz. If you scan that QR code, you can use Snapchat for that. You'll get your answers, no cheating. I move me back down. Right, okay. So, in your booklet, you've got a table, and what I want you to do is try and think of as many different types of map you can think of, you've maybe seen or even used, and then have a wee think about the questions at the side. Why do we not put all of this information onto one map? Why is there so many different types of maps? Which map do you use the most? Why do you use that one the most? And what kind of people would use maps every day in their jobs? Alright, here are the 5 main types of maps. How many did you get? Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to look at the definitions of these. Alright, so what I want you to do is I want you to try and match up what a political map is, what a physical map is, with the definitions here. Alright, and then we'll go over answers. So pause the video, have a go at that task, restart the video, and then we will go over it. So, a political map. What is a political map? What a political map shows is the countries and their borders. A physical map shows the shape of the land, so that's like your mountains and your rivers and your valleys and stuff. A climate map shows the weather in an area over a long period of time. A population map shows how many people live in an area, and a street map shows the plans of a town or city. So a street map could be something like Livingston. Alright, right, in your booklet you have a task, and it asks you to name the different continents. So A, B, C, D, E, F and G, and it also asks you to name the oceans 1 to 5. So you've got 1, where is 2, 2 is over here, 2, that's it, I was covering 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so pause your video, Have a go at that task. And there's your answers. How many did you get right? Alright. So, I'm not going to play this video, but I will post a link for you in your OneNote page so you can watch it. It's a really good song for remembering the continents and oceans. Right, every good map needs a title. I'm going to just keep moving myself about here so we can see what we're doing. Compass direction, so we know which way is north, and if we were giving people directions, we'd know which way they were travelling. It needs a scale, because obviously a map is a smaller version of what we actually see. It needs a key to tell us what everything means and what the map is all about. And it needs a grid, and grids are going to be really, really important for us later on, and we're going to come to grids, alright? So, scale, basically you'll see a thing like this in the corner of a map, which means 1 centimetre on the map equals this distance on the ground, and this one is in centimetres and kilometres. So 1 centimetre on the map is half a kilometre, which means 2 centimetres is 1 kilometre. So if you were measuring it using a ruler and you said, oh, that the shop you need to travel to is 2 centimetres away, you would need to know in real life you would have to walk 1 kilometre to get to that shop. Alright? And scales can vary, they can be different sizes, so you need to be really, really careful and make sure you look at the scale of the map. When you're using it. Grid references, this is really important. We're going to take a wee bit of time with this. So basically on a map, in the text map we're going to use, the map is split into these grid squares. Alright, and the reason for that is you can then give somebody a square and they can find what you want in that. But the problem is, from the number 47 to 48 along the bottom and top, that is 1 kilometre, that's 1,000 metres, that's quite a distance. Alright, so we need to be quite accurate in telling people where they are. Alright, so there is a bit in your booklet where it asks you to fill in the blanks. So first of all, we need to say we go along the corridor, then up the stairs. And what that means is we give these numbers along the bottom first, so the corridor, and then we go up the side as if we're going up the stairs. Alright, so when given a grid reference, we give these two numbers first, followed by the numbers up the side for the square that we want. And it's really important that we're always aiming for the bottom left hand corner of the square. So the grid reference for this square with the big I in it is 4733. Alright, so another example, here's the continent of Africa. What is the grid reference for that? It is 22, because we go along the corridor first, aim for the bottom left hand corner, so the number is 22. And then we go up the stairs, which is there, looking at that, 11. So the grid reference would be 2211 or 2211. Alright, so along the corridor up the stairs, aim bottom left corner of the square, try to find, like I've said, use the number on the bottom of the grid, aim to the bottom left corner of the square, now use the number up the side of the grid, and it's the closest number to the left hand corner of that square. Alright, so in your work booklet you have a grid that looks like this, and what I want you to do is put your initials in 5 of the squares. Take your time to do that, and then on the next screen when your number comes up, I want you to cross off that square if it has your initials in that square. So I need to keep moving, I'm just getting everybody's way here. There we go. Did everybody have a look at that? There you go. So if you managed to cross off all 5 initials before the end, well done. Alright, now sometimes, because this line between 4748 is 1,000 metres, we need to try and make it more accurate, so it's easy to find. So what we've got to do is we've got to try and then divide this line into 10 tiny wee bits into smaller boxes. Alright, and then again we always give the bottom left hand corner of the square, but this time we give 3 numbers along the bottom and 3 numbers up the side. So for this if I wanted to meet you there directly, I would say it's 4, 7, and tiny bits along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would say 4, 7, 6, and then I'd go up the left hand side, up the stairs, and I'd say 4, 7, 6, 3, 3, and then how many up? 3, 3.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So I would write that as 4, 7, 6, 3, 3, 4. Alright, and I want you to have a go using this kind of sheet that you'll find in your workbook. Alright, and if you get any questions on this, please put it into the chat function on the Teams, and I will try and pick it up and get back to you as soon as possible. Alright, another bit of a one for you. What I want you to do is write down the grid references for your name. If you've got a really short name, then I want you to do your first and second name, and if you've got a really long name, you can just do your first name. And then what I want you to do is try and find this hidden message using the grid references. Alright, so I'm going to start you off with this one. So 217106. So 217106 gives me the letter I. Alright, and I want you to try and find the rest for me. Make sure you write it down so you can track what the secret message is, and it'd be really cool if you could post the secret message in the chat. Alright, so again, bit of an example. I just keep getting this thing everybody's way. Alright, the halfway point on the lines is always 5. You can split it into a grid like this. Alright, and just more examples of how to do 6-figure grid references. Please ask questions because these are quite difficult to do. Alright, another practice, give me the grid reference for each of these symbols. Some of them are well known, or they were well known a short while ago. I'm just getting everybody's way again. Alright, let's see if you can. I'm going to have to go up in this corner here. See if you can give the grid reference for each of these symbols. Again, please ask questions if you're stuck. Alright, now map symbols are really important because they kind of show us where different things are, and we'll come to that and why it's important later on. So you need to be able to look at a map symbol. Now every map will have a key which tells you what the symbols mean. Alright, so you need to make sure that if you see a symbol, you can look at it on the key and know what that means. Alright, so for instance, on this one, we've got a giant blue duck here, and I know that means nature reserve. So this area here is a nature reserve. Alright, this kind of symbol here, this P, is a car parking space. So if you're going to drive there, you can park there. This little flag here is a golf course, and so on and so on. So once you know the symbols, you'll get used to them, but make sure you're looking at the key to get to them. Alright, now this is of a river area. It's got a river kind of beach. You've got the water here, and you've actually got houses and buildings right next to the river. And we're going to look at why that's important later on in our rivers kind of lessons. Okay, here we go. We've got another one of a river. Alright, again, different symbols, small kind of buoys, so on. This big red line is a road. Yeah, this kind of triangle looking thing is actually a symbol for a picnic table, so just right on the coast is a picnic site. The word abbey in blue literally means that is an abbey. So it's pretty simple, but these are the kinds of maps you're going to be using, you're going to see kind of through geography, particularly in National 3, alright, and it's called an Ordnance Survey map. Right, last thing I'm going to kind of tell you about if you're going to do quite a big task is the My Square kind of challenge. And I'm going to give you a kind of map, and you're going to pick a square, and you're then going to tell me why it is essentially the best square ever. So this is a random area that I picked, and definitely not an area I used to live in or anything like that. So why is this area the best? Well, there's woods up here we can go walking in, and actually an interesting story in these woods is there's rumours that aliens landed here and abducted someone. There is Deckman Law, which is this triangle here, which provides nice scenery, and actually if you climb up the top of it you can see the three bridges. There's a school for education, because everybody loves school. There's a church right there, so if you're religious you can go and worship and do your kind of praying and stuff there, which is cool. There's another school here, there's a primary school, this one. There's houses for people to live, so these kind of beige things are all houses where people can live. And there's roads to access other areas. Not that you want to, because this is such a cool area. And just off the map, there's shops as well. So, your turn. Work through your booklet. You'll see something that looks like this. Without a square in it, you get to pick your own square, and you need to tell me why that is the best square ever. Alright, so hope that makes sense to you. Alright, and if you do have any questions, and I'm just floating about the screen now, then definitely message me or speak to me in school and I'll be able to help you.